Our top story this Monday morning, days after saying he hopes the U.S. doesn't go to war with Iran. President Trump tweeted, if Iran wants to fight, that will be the official end of Iran. Iran says it is not seeking war, even as Tehran-backed militias are accused of firing a rocket near the U.S. embassy in Baghdad. An 8-year-old Texas girl is safe with her family thanks to 2 community members who spotted the kidnapper's car. CBS's Laura Podesta is in New York with the details.
Thank you. Jeff King.
Pastor Jeff King is one of 2 people who helped find 8-year-old Salem Sabatka early Sunday morning.
I can't thank you enough that she's alive, that she's here with us still, and that she has a wonderful life to live ahead of her, Father.
King says a detective told him and a friend to search parks, apartments, and hotels in the area around Fort Worth, Texas.
We had been checking parks all night, and so this was the second hotel we had checked.
They spotted the suspect's car in the parking lot and called police at 2 in the morning. Police busted down a hotel room door and took 51-year-old Michael Webb into custody.
We got her, we got her, we got her.
There is a smile on my face. I'm here to report that Salem has been found safe.
The kidnapping Saturday evening was caught on a neighbor's door cam in the suburb of Forest Hill.
Help me, please! My daughter just got kidnapped!
Police say Webb grabbed Salem as her mother tried to fight him off.
So much so that she was able to grab a piece of jewelry off of that male and was basically thrown from a vehicle that drove off with her daughter inside.
Authorities quickly issued an Amber Alert. King said having 2 children of his own was his biggest motivation to go out and search.
I would have wanted as many eyes looking out for my boys.
Webb is now facing charges of aggravated kidnapping. Salem is back home with her family. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Police say they expect to file more charges against Webb. He was charged last year with aggravated sexual assaults, but those were dropped when a witness refused to cooperate. There were demonstrations throughout Alabama this weekend, this days after the state enacted the strictest anti-abortion law in the country. The Alabama law prohibits all abortions except when the woman's life is at risk or the presence of a lethal fetal anomaly. It does not include exceptions for incest and rape. More than a dozen states have either passed or considered measures to restrict abortion this year. More protests are scheduled for Tuesday. Montana Governor Steve Bullock made an appearance on CNN this weekend speaking with anchor Jake Tapper. The interview comes after Bullock announced his run for president last week. They talked about abortion laws, Citizens United, and the Mueller report. But Bullock says he's focused on other issues.
You know, I just spent 3 days in Iowa, and not one individual brought up the Mueller report. What they brought up is the fact that they lost their doctor, or they have concerns about the continuing viability of their jobs, or what's happening to farmer and ranch prices because of these trade wars. I think that's where folks are focused, and that's where I'm going to be focused for the next year plus.
On his decision to run for president, Bullock says he has spent his career working with Republicans. He says that's how Democrats can make progress nationally, too.
We have to win back places that we've lost. I've done that, but we also have to bridge some of the divides. I mean, more than just winning. I was the only Democrat in the country to get reelected statewide in a state where Trump won. 2016, 25 to 30% of my voters also voted for Donald Trump. And we need to make sure that we can win back places we lost.
Bullock still needs to make the cut at the first Democratic debate next month. He hopes to be included, but he must meet the polling or fundraising criteria set by the Democratic National Committee. And now we go to Missoula, where Sunday's window of nice weather was good news for anyone following the restoration of the historic Miss Montana airplane. Sunday's blue skies presented the perfect window for this historic aircraft to begin its journey. After a brief test flight, the C-47 and her crew took off and headed to Normandy for the anniversary of the invasion on June 6, 1944. The highlight will be a team of paratroopers from Montana who will join their colleagues in jumping over the historic battlefield. Back here in Billings, the Ramsey Keller Memorial Foundation was named after a baby who died shortly after she was born in November of 2011. Each year, the foundation helps more than 100 Montana families who have experienced the same type of loss. On Sunday morning, more than 1,000 people came out for the foundation's biggest fundraiser, the Run for Heaven's Sake.
We really feel like it's something we've been called to do. Our foundation pays in full for infant funerals in the state of Montana. When you see the joy and the fruitfulness come out of what we're doing, and that people get to honor their child as they choose without financial restrictions, it makes it all so worth it.
Helping others kind of got us through it, and we want to have other people help through it.
I think our faith played a big role in it, and also just making a decision very early on that we're going to get through it together.
We've got maybe 40 or 50 signs set up at the finish line with babies that we've helped, that parents actually sponsor a sign. Good luck having dry eyes by the time you cross the finish line.
It has been a really big blessing to our foundation. We love our license plate. That license plate really helps to keep us afloat. You can kind of pick them out and know that, oh, they're a family like us, and it's really special.
This is the day that they come to celebrate their kid.
Yes.
Everybody's happy and everybody's talking about it, and that's why you see the teams. It's not a sad moment, it's a moment to remember and recognize their child, and family members come and everybody can it's kind of an open forum to talk about it and discuss it, so it's really cool because they're with everybody else that's kind of has been in a lost situation as well.
We wanted to celebrate Ramsey's life. We were proud that we had a little girl. You know, we wanted to bring her home, and that's really the heart of what our mission is. We had 1,094 runners and racers. It's our second largest year, and it's our biggest fundraiser of the year, so it's really exciting. It's an exciting day for our foundation.
The Run for Heaven's Sake also includes the Josh Tyree Half Marathon along with a 10K and 5K. The foundation also puts on smaller runs in Helena and Miles City. Before we take a break, a recent UN report shows 1 million species on our planet are now threatened with extinction. Many of them live in our oceans. Now some climate scientists are trying to save the world's waters by tracking some of the biggest creatures with a very unique tool. CBS's Tom Hansen reports from Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Ian Kerr is on the hunt.
All right, blow, dead ahead.
To find the largest mammals on Earth.
There's a whale right beside us.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Whoa.
Humpback whale, starboard side.
The team zeroes in on its target and fires.
3, 2, 1. I'm going to try to get a fin blow if I can. What's my height? 6. Bingo!
The scientists at Ocean Alliance call their drone the Snotbot because it collects material spouted from the whale's blowhole.
We've won the snot lottery.
A goldmine of biological information. Kerr says it also reveals clues about the ocean's overall health under constant threat from climate change, pollution, and overfishing.
How does a whale's health indicate how healthy the ocean is?
Well, a whale is a mammal at the top of the food chain. And if you're at the top of the food chain, that means you're integrating everything below. You're eating the fish, you're eating the krill.
Before drones, scientists relied on biopsies, which some viewed as disturbing to the whale. But with the help of the Snotbot, this team is able to collect more data without the whale even knowing.
Kerr developed the drone while researching whales after the massive Deepwater Horizon oil spill.
How did you come up with the Snotbot?
Basically, there's a whale right in front of me, and this cloud of whale snot like engulfed me, and it was stinky, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Stinky means biologically productive.
I smell an idea.
I smell an idea. I like that. The sound of success.
Back at the Ocean Alliance headquarters, Kerr's team preps samples for the lab.
A swimming pool of snot.
Just one drop can yield spreadsheets of information, from gender to pregnancy to stress.
Does it look healthy? Does it look skinny? And then we're getting the DNA, microbiomes, and hormones.
But it's the unknown that excites Kerr the most.
You know, cup half full here. I think there's enormous opportunities with these new technologies to educate people, engage people, and change the world.
With this newest generation of research, he says the sky is the limit. Tom Hansen, CBS News, Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Ocean Alliance researchers say not only does their data give a more accurate idea of the size of whales, it also changes the way they understand whales' behavior patterns and certainly makes them easier to track.